co-chair, if you had looked at the minutes
Just glancing them,
for
yes.
September the 23rd, I
Mhm.
see no errors. I'd like to approve it as presented.
I see two things that I have, wanna make sure. It
Okay,
says
no,
representatives, two
let's
vacancies.
get the approval of the minutes
Okay.
done, and then we go to that. So
Okay.
you agree,
Yes,
you
I
give
agree.
consensus to
Yes.
approving those minutes?
Yes.
Okay, then next is, unfinished business, update on broadband. I guess Mr. Little, if it's anything changed.
Yes, ma'am. Are you ready now?
Yes, yes,
Well, the most recent thing on broadband is that we
push
just.
that button, please.
Oh, sorry about that. Thank you. The most recent thing on it is we have received a Metro Act package from MEC, from Casopolis, for access to our right-of-way to do some, fiber optic installation. They basically are going to be going down Paw Paw Avenue, doing an installation. I'll be putting that, in a package and forwarding to the Commission for Action shortly. As you know, the city agreed, I guess, and adopted the Metro Act some years ago. I'm not sure exactly when, but any telecommunications company seeking access to our rights of way under the Metro Act all they have to do is put their package together along with a $500 check and send it to us, and we're more or less bound to give them access.
So the
Um,
access is on Paw Paw,
Yes.
all the way out Paw Paw?
I am not certain of how far, but I have a suspicion it's going toward where PFN is going to be coming in at. I suspect we're going to have some of everybody trying to access their installation once it's done.
Big companies are getting a jump on it first. Okay. Any questions from you, Commissioner, on broadband?
No,
Okay.
nothing.
Next on the agenda is, new business. Oh, a resolution, audience extension microphones for the chamber. Tell me about that, clerk.
So the technology company did come in, they did do some tweaks, as you know, we've all noticed with now the push button, and it's really helped with YouTube and the cameras. Now they're actually going where they're supposed to go. The issue that we have found with the new streaming is during committee meetings, you can't hear the audience if they don't approach the mic. So they did do a proposal for some audience microphones that we can control, turn on and off when we want to, in those instances where there is conversation, to pick that conversation up on YouTube, so that we hear everybody. So it's almost kind of like this one here that picks up the whole room when we use the old system. That's what it would do if we had it on with the new system. And it's just an option that they're giving us. We really should have everybody approach the microphone to speak, but we know that that doesn't always happen. So it would basically be a whole room microphone setup that we could turn on and off.
Someone,
Yeah, it would be right here at this control panel.
okay. Okay,
Does that mean if we had somebody in the background saying something inappropriate, that it would be picked up also?
Yep, it would, because using the old system, that's what this does. This one right here, it basically picks up the whole room. We could not use these microphones on the old system, you'd still be able to hear us. So that would just be the microphone system for the new system, because they can't integrate this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this means unless we touch this button, we wouldn't be heard.
Right, so like right now, you're not being heard. But we are, because I think we're speaking
We're speaking
loud
loud
enough
enough
right
and
now.
we're not, no
And
outs-
I'm using the old system today because we don't have like the audience.
Okay,
So right now I'm using the old system, but with the new one, where you've got the camera that moves, the camera won't come to you if you don't have your microphone on.
and I just like to see us do our due diligence to let people know. If we don't do them, we'll put a sign up, come to the mic if you wanna be heard. We have to say that because even myself, I do it, and I heard,
Other times where somebody will be speaking and you can get it in the transcript, like I can read it and I can see what they said in the transcript, but you can't hear it.
right,
So that's why we have to make it a point, people have to come up and speak in the microphone.
And I think we ought to really stick to doing that, make them come up and speak so that it's clearly a part of the record. The danger with people in the background saying anything they want to say is we could inadvertently find ourselves in the middle of a lawsuit that is not part of our actual or official proceeding.
well, I'm just not happy with the money being spent. I think it's enough. We just have to work with what we got.
It's more or less training
Yeah,
now, like training the commissioners to make sure that they're pushing the button.
Yeah.
Training the audience to come up and talk in the microphone.
yeah. Ms. Kennard, you ain't got to raise your hand, just talk, we just,
Well, I
I'm here
don't want
doing
to
our
interrupt
thing.
you, just know that I'm waiting for it.
Okay, just go on and chime in, honey, cause
Okay.
we're just talking.
I'm just trying to get in the habit of whatever it is that
Push
I don't
that
really
button.
have to push.
The bottom where it says push. So that's,
Down
yeah,
here.
and you would
Yeah.
hold that down when you're talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, in being courteous, especially to the residents, I don't like to hear the word make them come to the mic. Ask them to
Yeah.
come to the mic. That's
Right.
courteous.
Yeah.
You get a lot further with being courteous.
Yeah.
Than you can that's demanding. But when you're grown, you don't feel like anyone just,
That's why you mama, that's why we call you mama. But
mommy, huh?
you got it, you got that one right. You're right. You are right
Thank you.
on time. Okay, so yeah, if we don't do anything but encourage the people in a nice way to come to the mic, let them know why.
And I think that the ones that are here are getting it now, because we're like, please come to the mic so we can hear you on YouTube. It's just the training, so that they know what they need to do to be heard.
All right. That sounds.
And this
good
is
to me.
here on the back burner, should we decide to come back to it
Decide,
later? Yep.
Okay, sounds good. Which one of those cameras is really just not working right? And I can't figure out. When I was looking at I think it's this camera. It's not focusing.
It should switch over to the table when there's somebody actually speaking in the microphone.
Yeah.
And it'll give you what's called a presenter view, where it shows this desk and the audience. But they have to be heard through the microphone for the
For
camera
the
to pick
camera
them
to
up.
pick
Yeah.
it up.
And the difference with the presenter one is, I have a button up here, so right now it's off. But if I turn it on, they don't have to press the button,
Right,
so it's just on.
okay. Well, let's see if we can get we'll have that conversation and then let's see if we get maybe something, when they step up. Or even on their sign-in sheet, if you just say, speaking to the mic, you'll be heard or whatever.
And just remember too that, people lead by example, so as commissioners,
That's
make sure
right.
that you are approaching the microphone.
Yeah, I don't care if my knees are hurting or not, I'll just get up and do it.
Just sit there.
All right, Ms. Kennard, do you have any other thing that you want to talk about in communication?
No, but one of the things that I see of very much importance is that we get information out. It's most important, and it's past time for us to get information out. It's so important that our community is informed as to what is going on that is important, that affects them. And information is important concerning what's going on in the city that affects them. So as much as it's past time for us to get this up and going, the broadband and all of anything else that you had looked into when you had the information out.
We'll just keep talking about the newsletter over and over and over. I'm going to have a conversation about amending the budget. I will have that conversation with Mr. Little, and I will have that conversation with Mrs. Hildebrand. And they won't play those games with me like they played last year. I know what to do now. So we'll see if we can rearrange where we're spending our money, because right now there's a Facebook, there's a website, there's several other different mechanisms, and then we're paying for it. We're actually paying, and then including the news, when we do the newspaper announcements, we have an expense for that. And I'm gonna ask our finance director, to give me a scenario of how much we've spent on advertisement and communicating with the residents, because we all know that social media is just not enough. Go ahead.
I'd like to also ask you, as me being as a part of your communication, that I be able to sit in on any of the meetings that you have with those that you're reaching out to get this up and going.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're my co-chair. I could not do it without you. Mr. Little,
Yes,
do you have anything that you need to say about this?
Nothing else that I need to add. In fact, I need to try and wrap up as soon as I can, because I've got a number of other items I gotta do before I leave tonight.
Okay, sounds good to me. Thank you. Do you have anything to say? Okay, let's adjourn the meeting. Thanks, Ms. Kennard. Thanks, staff.
You're welcome to that.
Thanks, Chair.